Transitioning from military life to civilian life isn't easy. Folks, it's Military Appreciation Month, and while this video might not make it out in November, we always honor those who serve. So thank you. We appreciate it. Today, we're talking about transitioning from military to civilian life, specifically within the tech industry. How do I describe our next guest? Well, have you ever played the game Where's Waldo, but you don't know where to find him? Well, I feel the same way about our next guest because he's always posting these crazy videos on LinkedIn with an educational and technical twist, but I never know where he's going to show up. One week he's in his backyard, the next he's in his house or on his diving board in overalls. And in this recording, he didn't make any exceptions. He pulled out all the stops. Psst. Yeah, you, come here. Hey, guess what? Did you know that 75% of you are unsubscribed? So why don't you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notify because you really want to. And here we go. Folks, this is the Daily Tech Show. I'm your host / podcaster, John Myer, and our next guest is a former logistical officer for the Army and recently completed 5 years of service, which included 2 tours. He enjoys sales, but with his video content and messaging, I think marketing is always an option. Oh, before we bring on our next guest, are you in the mood for some devilishly good coffee? Well, guess what? You can pick up some diabolical coffee using the promo code Myer. Links in the description below. Please join me in welcoming Owen Bailey, an account executive for Snackpass. Owen, thanks for joining me.
Absolutely, John. I'm so happy to be here.
So, Owen, I'm really super excited to have you on the show. But I gotta jump right into it. And let's talk about these quick videos that you're doing on LinkedIn, because every time I see them, I never know where Owen will record from next, including where you're recording from now.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll never guess, but I'm on my roof. And of course, I didn't want to just sit on the roof, John, so I brought up a pool float with me. But no, the videos are fun. They're a lot of fun. And I know it's not going to come as a surprise, but they weren't my idea. My mom actually told me I should start doing them, and I absolutely love them. I think those that have seen them, they're a lot of fun. And what they do is, other than just allowing me to get a message across, it's really cool because it gets like a comfort level with people that see them. So for instance, you and I, John, I'd never talked to you before, but the first time we did talk, it felt like we had known each other for a long time. And that's because you've been seeing my videos, you comment, and so you've heard my voice and seen my face, and so I'm not new to you. And that's what the videos are meant to do.
So you really personalize them. I have to ask you, what do your neighbors think of it? Because now you're on your roof.
I don't know. I'm really hoping somebody comes out and sees me while I'm doing this. But if not, I'm enjoying it. It's a nice day out here. It's like 65 and sunny, so I can't complain.
You know what? If a cop does show up, I'm going to start laughing. This is all going in the recording. I mean, like, what are you doing on your roof, buddy? Hey, I work from home. Why not work from anywhere?
Well, I'm waiting for Mondays, the pool cleaner comes. So I'm waiting for the pool cleaner to come and then just hear me on the roof.
That's pretty good. So, Owen, it's always interesting to find out the messaging that you drive behind it, including the rubber bands, which I'm going to let you kind of explain that in a second. And then also on the diving board with your overalls. The rubber band one, I thought that was pretty cool about the elasticity. You want to share with the audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So the video John's talking about is comparing elasticity in cloud to a rubber band. And in order for a rubber band to be elastic, you actually got to pick it up and use it for what it's meant to be used for. And so the same is true with elasticity in the cloud, right? Everybody talks about the cloud being so elastic, but if you don't take advantage of that, then it's not elastic. And that's what the whole point of using a rubber band is. Tech for me is new, right? Coming from a background in the military, I knew nothing about tech or the cloud or any of these. I didn't even know what on-prem was. But for me, in order to get it, I need to relate it to something I do understand. And that might be as simple as something as a rubber band or comparing something to sports. I just need to dumb it down, so to speak, so I can understand it.
Well, I think it was inspiring. And I want to jump to the next one because you mentioned being in the military. How long were you in the Army and are you still active?
So I just got out last February, and I was in the Army as a logistics officer for 5 years.
So, Owen, since it is Military Appreciation Month, thank you for your service. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
And, you just recently transitioned from, obviously in the Army military to civilian life. What are some of the challenges that you had to come into?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be honest, John, it was intimidating at first. And I think the thing that is so intimidating is that the Army is and the military in general is very structured. And so going from that structure to the civilian world, which is more you live and die in your decisions, but even more in tech, in startups, whether that was at Turbonomic or now Snackpass, it's kind of on you. And there's not this black and white way to go about things. And I think that was the biggest challenge, was waking up every day and I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously that happens in the Army, but you kind of have an idea of the way things work. And that's not the case in small tech startups.
Now, we're going to talk about your transition from Turbonomic to Snackback in a couple of minutes. But when I reached out to join my podcast, you were working at Turbonomic. Now, before we get to that, I really want to ask, do you have any feedback for those that are making the same adjustment or transition?
Yeah, I would say talk to as many people as possible. And I think that was something that really surprised me, was the number of people that were willing to talk to me and share their advice and experience. And what I would do, John, and I'm not exaggerating, is I would reach out to complete strangers on LinkedIn and then just say, hey, John, I'm getting ready to transition out of the military. Do you have 10, 15 minutes I could call you this week and just pick your brain on what it's like to be in tech or what it's like to work for ABC Bank? And it's amazing the number of people that say, yeah, absolutely, give me a call this Friday. That's what I would encourage people, is to reach out and ask for help.
It's a very powerful message, because it's the very first step, is to, and it's the hardest step, is just to reach out and ask for help. A lot of people don't like asking for help. And especially in the military, I'm assuming that you guys like to take on a lot more on your own and have that outside where you're very protective. So asking for help, how hard was it for you to reach out and ask for help?
It was hard at first, look at anything, but it gets easier, right? The more people you talk to, you realize, people want to help each other. And I think taking that first step, like you mentioned, is hard. But once you do it and you do it and you do it, it makes it so much easier.
Now, Owen, I have to ask you, because obviously your LinkedIn videos and where you post them, you would not think that you came from the military, because you're so outgoing. Like, you're not conservative at that effort. And I think that's one of the things I noticed your videos probably back in June or July, and I got a kick out of them. Being that I was, Turbonomic was a partner of mine. I do work for Turbonomic, an IBM company, but seeing those videos were really cool. And that's why I reached out to you.
No, I appreciate it, John. And they're really fun to do. I mean, it started, and you can see the progression. They weren't as crazy and outgoing as they are now. And I think, again, talking about taking that first step, you get more comfortable once you do it and you do it. And I've gone from just standing in front of a TV and saying a few sentences to, as you mentioned, I'm on my roof, I'm in the pool, I'm on a diving board, and my comfort level has grown as I've made more and more videos.
Well, keep them up. I really enjoy them. And, some of the things that I want to talk about now is that when we originally planned this, you were at Turbonomic. All right. And I was actually starting to join Turbonomic. Now you have moved on to a company called Snackpass. And I'd like to ask and kind of give the audience, why the transition? And by the way, I was totally surprised, because I was only here like 2 weeks. And I was like, hey, I'm looking forward to it. And they're like, hey, John, I'm leaving this Friday to Snackpass. And I was like, wait, what? Huh? So tell us about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, I'm very appreciative of my time at Turbonomic. As I'm sure you've seen in your first couple of weeks, a phenomenal company. Just an absolute great team they have there, and an awesome product. But the reason I made the switch was I had this opportunity with this company, Snackpass, that has less than 100 employees, very fast growing company. And the thing that drew me was it's just an unbelievable idea. So taking two things that young people love, and John, we'll consider you young for this video. I don't know if you think of yourself young, but
hey, thank you. I appreciate it. You know what? You're A-okay in my book.
Well, John, it's combining two things, right? It's young people love convenience and they love social media. And so combining the power that social media has with like a Yelp and Instagram with the convenience of a food ordering app like Starbucks or Chick-fil-A has into this app that is social media for restaurants, really. And that's what Snackpass is. And I just think it's a brilliant idea led by such brilliant people that I'm very excited for this opportunity.
Okay, go into it a little bit more. I want to tell what Snackpass is. Walk us through what is the process? How does one use the application? Oh, by the way, folks, this is not sponsored by Snackpass, but if you want to sponsor me, contact me below in the description. But anyway, I'm actually really curious on how this works and how it will work for people.
Yeah, absolutely. So Snackpass is a social media app for restaurants. So I could go on this app, John, and see, okay, what did John get for breakfast this morning? Oh, he went to this coffee shop. I've never tried it. Let me go try this coffee shop now. And then once I go to this coffee shop, I can send somebody else a gift to encourage them to go to the coffee shop. And so for the restaurant's point of view, it's using social media and the social networking that social media creates to bring more customers to their restaurant. And then as the customer, social media is fun, right? And it's addicting. So I go on there. I like receiving gifts from my friends. I like giving gifts. And I can go try all these new restaurants that offer exclusive discounts and loyalty programs on the Snackpass app.
So, Owen, what is it? Are there any promos when you sign up? Because I know we were talking about gifting and, you know, as soon as you sign up, you can do some kind of cool things. Can you tell everybody about it for their like initial sign up?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you download the Snackpass app, not only, like I just talked about, you're receiving discounts and loyalty programs that are only offered on the app, but you can send your friends gifts to use at those restaurants. And so building on that social media thing that we had talked about.
All right, cool. You know what I need to do? I need to get an affiliate link or something and put it in the description below. Snackpass, definitely reach out to me. Owen, I think I got some contacts there, right? Just kidding. All right. So, Owen, let's talk about it. Let's jump back to your LinkedIn videos because I'm really kind of curious. Are there any hints on your next video?
Well, you know, I've get a lot of comments lately on actually getting in the pool, and I've done that in the past. So I'm not going to say I'm in the water again, but tomorrow I'll have a fun video up on the LinkedIn.
I do know that you are on the roof right now recording this, and the pool people are coming today. So I'm really interested in seeing what this next idea is. And in fact, how do you come up with these ideas? Do they just come to you at the spot of the moment, or you take some customer feedback, people's feedback on it, or you're driving around and be like, oh, I got to record from here?
Yeah, a lot of it is that, just driving around and I get an idea, pull up my iPhone, just write a little note down. But there is some feedback that I get from people on LinkedIn, whether they comment, oh, when are you getting in the pool? Or I thought you were going to do this. So it is fun to try to keep people engaged and involved and coming up with new ideas.
Pretty cool. Oh, and you got to keep it up with these. I love them. I love how quick they are. They're fun. There's always a message behind them, but it's very unique. And I think it gives everybody like a personal experience when you create them.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun, John. It seems like work, but it's one take. It's quick, 30 seconds, and they're fun to do.
Exactly. Like we only do one take with this and we don't re-record. You get what you get.
Exactly. So I better not drop this laptop off the roof.
I was going to say you get what you get, especially when Owen is on the roof. I'm glad you did a recording from it. So, Owen, I got a question. Have you ever thought about going into marketing?
See, my mom would love that, John. She's in marketing, but no, I love sales. It's been so much fun.
Well, the recordings that you do and the conversations that you start with everybody, you're not really like selling anything. You're just telling them about it and you're kind of giving them their decision. They get to make their own decision on how to go, especially the rubber band thing for utilizing cloud for what it's meant to be. I thought about that and I'm like, wow, that puts it in simplest terms.
Yeah, it really is. And that's what one of the hardest parts for me is wrapping my head around technology because it's new to me. But a rubber band we all use, we understand. So finding a way to dumb it down and present somebody the crayon version, so to speak, is the only way I'll be able to understand it.
That's pretty good. Hey, you know what? I just thought of this. Let's do a quick question session. By the way, speed question. Sorry, you were not prepped, but I just thought I'm going to do some fun sessions. All right. Are you ready for like 3 or 4 questions that I can think of off the top of my head?
Oh yeah, let them rip.
All right. Owen, are you a Mac or PC?
Oh, see, John, that's a tough question because with Snackpass, I just made the transition to a Mac, and so I'll say PC, but now I'm making that move.
The next time we do a video, you will say Mac. I guarantee it. All right. Favorite color?
Red.
Okay. Last movie you saw that you could appropriately define. No, I'm just kidding.
Dirty Dancing.
Wow. The original version?
The original. Yeah.
Wow. Now you're dating me. Okay. What about last book or a favorite book?
Oof. I love Thomas Harris, Silence of the Lambs.
All right. Okay. Hey, that's a good one. I actually like that. All right, folks. This is it. This has been Owen Bailey, an account executive at Snackpass, talking about his LinkedIn post, his transition from military to civilian, the promo, and his not so marketing techniques in the sales, but we'll call them marketing as well. Owen, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, John. It's been fun.
All right, folks, this is the Daily Tech Show. I've been your host, John Myer. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notify because guess what? We're out of here.